Living below the poverty line can be a dark reality. For Durham Region's nearly 700,000 residents, this is the case for almost 60,000 of them. In Ontario, 41 federal and provincial income benefit programs help low-income earners gain a brighter future simply by filing a tax return. So, with many in our local community living in poverty and unsure about making ends meet month to month, why do available tax benefits and credits go unclaimed? The reality is that for many of these hardworking, lower-income residents, filing taxes is not a priority. The prospect of completing an income tax return conjures up many doubts and fears of being left in the dark. Do I owe the government money? Will I be in trouble for putting it off so long? My name is Tyler Simpson. We are Enactus Durham College, and this is Project Money Makes Sense. In 2018, it was estimated that over $200 million of tax benefits failed to reach low-income residents in the Durham region. An estimated $70 million from the Canada Learning Bond alone lay unclaimed. At Enactus DC, we recognize the tremendous need to get these dollars into the hands of those who need them most. Our mission? Tip the financial scales in their favor through our 3 pillars. 1. Tax return support. 2. Scaling through technology. 3. Financial literacy education. First, tax return support. In 2018, we registered to become a volunteer income tax clinic. Last year, our initial clinics helped to reclaim over $240,000 for low-income residents alone. By coordinating and scaling these efforts throughout the year across the Durham region, we were instrumental in helping to increase returns from $5.8 million in 2017 to $12.8 million in 2018. In conjunction with community partners, including mental health organizations, we went to the doorstep of low-income residents in Durham. In doing so, we also increased awareness and accessibility of these services. These efforts culminated in our biggest initiative to date. We developed our first ever super clinic at the Oshawa Public Library. In a much larger venue, heavily promoted across the region, we provided free income tax returns, access to a Service Canada representative, a Canada Learning Bond sign-up, and an in-person advice from a not-for-profit credit counselor. Second, scale. In partnership with Forpay, a financial startup social enterprise, the Money Makes Sense team created our online hub, durhamtaxhelp.ca, which coordinates over 20 tax clinics operating in the Durham region. In partnership with the region, our site provides the following. 1. General tax filing and financial literacy information. 2. Embedded links to the CRA's Volunteer Tax Clinic program, which coordinates volunteers across 20 locations. And 3. A repository of volunteers for the various partners, offering tax services across the region. Our goal? Scale Money Makes Sense to more residents, more partners, more regions, and achieve impact 24/7, 365 days a year. And third, financial education. Last year you asked us, what happens when money is put back into the pockets of our residents? Our answer? Financial education. Our goal is to ensure that every dollar in newly discovered incentives and returns goes towards financial empowerment. To start, Durham Tax Help offers online financial education links and resources focused on saving and budgeting. And secondly, our tax clinics also offer unbiased financial education for all tax clinic participants. Since its inception, Money Makes Sense has reached the following major milestones. Our instrumental involvement in increasing returns by $7 million, launching Durham Tax Help, enabling the recruitment of volunteers and coordination of more than 20 partners across the region, and recently, the successful submission of an SSHRC research grant proposal for $360,000 over 3 years. Based on the scale of our efforts to date and the size of our current volunteer network, we are conservatively estimating our program will put $20 million of accumulated benefits back into the pockets of Durham Region's lower income residents for the 2019 tax season. Here is how our project has influenced our community.
I think the Money Makes Sense program offers the community in Durham region a whole new source for tax filing volunteers and a whole new approach to filing for community agencies.
Money Makes Sense is turning the financial tides for those who need it in the Durham region. Through good project design, innovative tax return support, our highly scalable online hub, and a strong network of partners, we are making valuable services easily accessible. What's next? Money Makes Sense is now a proven template that could be implemented in any region of Ontario and beyond. If there are any Enactus teams listening, we are open for business. We are Enactus Durham College, and this is Money Makes Sense.
Picture this. You're 25 years old in your final year of university. Funds are tight, living paycheck to paycheck. Monthly bills to pay and thousands owed in student loans and credit card debt, with no real idea how to manage it. My name is Steven, and this is my reality, and I know I'm not alone. These are my teammates, Alexandra, Iftikhar, and with no EYEWEAR on tech, we are
Enactus Concordia. And we know we're not alone. 8 out of 10 young Canadians are not confident in their financial knowledge. Household debt is now larger than the national GDP. And what's even scarier for us? This problem hits so close to home in more ways than one.
Quebec still lags behind other provinces, and although the course was implemented in 2017, it was done suddenly and without any solid structure. It was immersed into other classes: history, science, social studies. Teachers had to learn an entirely new subject themselves, falling far beyond their field of expertise, with very limited resources.
Teachers are discouraged.
Students are unmotivated.
And our financial health remains the same.
Introducing Project EduQuo, a two-phase solution dedicated to redefining the status quo of financial literacy in Quebec. We aim to innovate by introducing real-world simulations, encouraging critical thinking. We aim to empower by providing resources and tools that will help students for years to come.
We had the mission, we had the vision, we had the Enactus passion. The next step was setting up operations. In phase 1, we studied the existing curriculum, worked directly with teachers, and related to our own experiences. With that, we started by building 3 simulations: entering the workforce, budgeting, and basic investing. We don't want to stray away from the ministry's curriculum goals. In fact, we aim to achieve them.
We believe in the power of cognitive learning. For this reason, our curriculum is designed around Bloom's taxonomy. Over the course of 3 teaching periods and 2 weeks of simulation, EduQuo uses this innovative model to introduce each topic.
We go into the class, teach the material, provide examples, and walk through different resources. This is where the simulations come in. In between teaching days, students take the information and apply it to theoretical situations as they relate to their own lives.
We ask students to reflect on their answers, defend their choices, and criticize their options. On the final day of teaching, we bring everything together. Through fun, interactive workshops, we encourage the student to find new ways of thinking.
After only 2 months, we could not believe the demand for EduQuo. In September, we held our first simulation at a public high school in Montreal. 3 weeks later, we were at another school, then another. After only 6 weeks, we completed 8 full simulations for 6 teachers.
And in 8 weeks, we reached our long-term goal. One of the largest English school boards in Montreal had found out about EduQuo with glowing feedback from multiple teachers. They wanted to know how they could help us expand our project. So we had to reevaluate our business model to properly scale and sustain our efforts.
We later realized that our biggest resource was right in front of us, the teachers. And although we bring the curriculum, the resources, and a team of motivated change makers, the teachers bring their professional skills and the students. This brings us to phase 2.
We're currently building an all-access online platform that encompasses our resources for teachers.
This platform will be accessed at a low monthly fee, with our team always at the forefront, working one-on-one with teachers to cater our material to their own students' needs.
Allows us to divert our efforts more efficiently by constantly innovating new simulations. It also makes school board-wide implementation much more feasible, leading to even further expansion.
All for the goal of redefining the status quo of financial literacy education.
Since September 2019, we have directly impacted 186 students who now have the proper tools to ensure financial well-being for years to come.
We have partnered with a school board that represents over 8,000 students in the Greater Montreal area who can benefit from our resources.
Throughout our marketing campaigns, we have indirectly impacted over 1,450 people, encouraging change beyond the classroom. And with over 1,230 volunteer hours dedicated to this project, alongside our RBC Project Accelerator, we have advanced the state of financial literacy amongst youth in Quebec.
My parents put a lot of pressure on me to make sure that I have a good job and can support myself in the future, and so I had a lot of anxiety coming into graduating high school, but now I'm pretty excited now that I know what I want to do. Thank you, EduQuo. I am so excited about my future.
In only 6 months, I have been left with the tools and resources to take hold of my own financial future. But most importantly, EduQuo ensures that our youth won't face the same realities that I did.
When I joined Enactus, I didn't know what to expect. Then I met Drew. Drew loves baking. He wants to be a baker at Sobeys. His dream is to take him and his dad on a trip to New Zealand. But more than anything, Drew wants to be independent. He's unsure of how he'll get there. You see, Drew has a developmental disability, and what's so inspiring to me is that he doesn't let his disability define him.
Like us, Drew has goals. Unfortunately, he faces complex barriers that some of us never will in reaching our goals. These barriers are faced by 800,000 Canadians who have a developmental disability, of which 50% are financially dependent because of them. Drew's story is not unique. It's just one of the many stories that has made all of our Enactus experiences so meaningful.
As we work with the individuals and experts in special education, we've learned that their difficulty in obtaining paid employment and lack of financial literacy has led to very low confidence levels. There are programs in place to provide support, but they have up to 10-year-long waitlists, are costly, and many are done in a group setting, leading to a lack of individualized attention.
We needed to create a solution designed to support each individual on their path to independence, and that is why we created Mighty Hawks.
Mighty Hawks hold year-round weekly sessions working alongside young adults with developmental disabilities to support their personal, professional, and financial goals.
We teach a range of skills, like financial education, work-relevant skill development, stress management, and so much more. We work with participants to design personalized budgets and savings plans to work towards their specific financial goals.
While working with our participants, we found that many of them wanted to pursue self-employment, but were not provided the tools to do so. Last semester, we introduced a new and innovative addition to our curriculum, entrepreneurship.
We help them understand key aspects of running your own business, how to research and develop products, how to market them, and how to manage the finances. By the end, every participant was inspired to create a product and sell it for profit.
Our curriculum has been designed with the help of our strong partnerships with industry experts.
RBC helped us develop our financial literacy focus, Adults in Motion helped us build the life skills part of curriculum, and the cooperators supported our mental health initiatives.
But we know that how we teach is just as important as what we teach. Unlike any other program in the region, we have no wait times and our programs are free to our participants. Mighty Hawks is also committed to maintaining a 1-to-1 ratio, fostering deep learning and genuine relationships between participants and volunteers. We also stress hands-on learning, which is a proven method to ensure long-term retention. Our innovative teaching methodology is recognized by Developmental Services Ontario.
We have all seen the tremendous growth each individual has had through our sessions. However, obtaining paid employment is still difficult for some. We wanted to provide our participants with an opportunity to gain real work experience to help them build their work skills and enhance their resumes.
That is why this year Mighty Hawks launched the Work Readiness Program. We partnered with another Enactus Laureate enterprise, EarthSuds, where participants are employed to be a part of the production and operations team.
At EarthSuds, participants gain valuable work experience, confidence, and learn how to be more independent, all while receiving a hard-earned paycheck. And for many of our participants, this is their first time earning a paycheck. We work with them after each shift to help them manage their income and budget to meet their financial goals.
We have measured the direct impact our program has had on our participants using evaluation tools from Prosper Canada. We use self-evaluated skills assessments on their confidence in budgeting, savings, and more. And over the past year, there's been a 57% increase in their confidence levels overall. But the individual stories are what inspire us the most.
Alexis sold over $60 worth of product at her end-of-year sale, giving her the confidence to start her own business.
Gordon and I have worked on his public speaking skills to improve his communication. He now holds eye contact and speaks with confidence.
With his income and experience from Mighty Hawks, Drew has started a budget and saved over $300 for his dream trip to New Zealand.
This year, our weekly sessions have grown 5 times in size, from 9 to 45 participants meaningfully impacted. Through Work Readiness, we employed 8 individuals, out of which 3 have gained independent employment.
We've impacted 67 additional people through our crash courses, one-time, 3-hour sessions that cover financial literacy and work-relevant skills.
Overall, we have directly impacted over 100 people this year and plan to reach 225 in the next 12 months. Much of this growth will occur through our partnership with the Waterloo Regional District School Board, who approached us to introduce Mighty Hawks into their special education program. We plan to scale by engaging in the train-the-trainer model, working with the high school students to implement the Mighty Hawks framework into 16 high schools in the KW region.
At Mighty Hawks, we value the depth of impact we can make with each individual. We believe in impacting one person at a time to build an empowering community where everyone feels valued for who they are.
Adri told us that when I come to Mighty Hawks, I feel like I don't have a disability.
And at Mighty Hawks, that's the feeling we strive for, that a disability does not define the scope of one's abilities.
Post-secondary education presents a means for individuals to find their passion, giving them access to countless opportunities and experiences that they will value for the rest of their lives.
But it's expensive.
On average, Ryerson students pay over $23,000 a year. This burden used to be supplemented through the Ontario Student Assistance Program, but in January 2019, the funding for OSAP was cut in half.
The reality is, these cuts happened. A government cannot function on debt, and neither can students.
Using our entrepreneurial leadership, we created Project Bits, an interactive financial literacy program run by students for students. Through our partnerships with industry leaders, we enable students to take control of their finances by hosting hands-on workshops.
Our program focuses on 4 core topics. Budgeting.
With the help of Alterna Savings, we taught our students how to create a practical budget and put money aside for their future.
Investing.
Through tutorials, we teach our participants the basics of trading stocks, ETFs, and index funds using Questrade's platform.
Taxation.
RSM Canada helps us teach students how to file their taxes using the program Simple Tax.
And savings.
Where we teach our students the benefits of different savings accounts, such as an RRSP or a TFSA.
At the end of each workshop, we collect feedback from our participants to see what they'd like to learn. For example, last semester, we received multiple requests for a workshop on real estate investment. So we partner with Rockstar Real Estate for a virtual event this April.
However, not everyone can attend our workshops. We understand students are pressed for time and don't have the luxury of coming to campus whenever they want.
Ryerson is a commuter school with over 80% of students living off campus. To increase our impact, we needed to adapt our model to meet the needs of our students.
We're creating a curriculum that allows students access to the information they need wherever they are by taking our program online.
In addition to the core topics, our curriculum focuses on how to manage credit cards, leveraging debt, and more, all at the press of a button. This online program allows students to continue receiving valuable knowledge from their homes, even with the uncertainty we're facing today.
However, there was more we could do. We wanted to go beyond the workshop and accelerate our participants' financial journey. So we created a scholarship.
With this, we're supporting participants who demonstrate financial need. The recipients will be mentored by members of our team in order to track their progress.
We started our journey at Ryerson, but saw a need that goes beyond our campus. What if we could help prepare high school students for their future?
To develop an understanding of what teens need, we reached out to the current students from the schools we attended.
Graduating high school students are entering their university career with OSAP cuts being their norm, having them enter a new world already 2 steps behind.
2 steps behind. But not without an opportunity to catch up.
Did you know? Teens with a bank account in their name are 6 times more likely to pursue higher education.
We want high school students to get a head start in their careers and realize that opportunity.
This summer, we will be using a modified curriculum to host a pilot workshop at St. Paul Secondary School.
We're working with the largest school board in Canada to introduce monthly workshops in 5 high schools, aiming to impact over 500 students next year. These workshops will equip students with the skills and knowledge needed for life after graduation through informed financial decisions.
Last year, we saw a need to improve financial literacy amongst our peers.
Students are stuck in a cycle, coming to school to get a job, but end up in debt due to increasing costs and decreasing resources.
This year, we are working to break that cycle.
We are making a real sustainable impact on students' lives, helping them make better financial decisions.
We went beyond just teaching workshops.
Project BITS directly impacted over 400 students this year.
We raised over $11,000 to support students in need.
We've helped save students over $36,000 through our workshops.
And are preparing them to have a more secure future, one bit
at a time.
According to a study by PwC, less than 1 out of 4 youth have basic financial literacy, leaving them without the skills needed to attain financial success. This problem is worsened for at-risk youth, who face unemployment rates twice as high as the national average.
What's more, individuals with disabilities face unemployment rates 6 times higher than the national average, and are twice as likely to not have graduated high school. Our team identified these two groups as groups in desperate need of financial education and job experience.
At Enactus EYEWEAR, we understand the importance of equipping the next generation with fundamental financial literacy skills. Today, we'll be sharing the story of how we use entrepreneurial leadership to empower the youth in our community to better manage their finances.
With escalating post-secondary tuition fees and the soaring cost of living, youth are at an even greater risk of making uninformed financial decisions. According to a recent study by MNP, 57% of graduating post-secondary students don't know how long it takes to pay back their loans or when interest fees start accumulating.
In conducting our needs assessment, we discovered that this lack of knowledge traces back to high school. An absence of open discussion on financial literacy has left 62% of students with inadequate financial education. Our team saw an opportunity to fill the gap between the lack of classroom learning and the practical skills that these youth need for the real world.
Our solution is Project Fly, a developmental workshop series that empowers youth to take control of their financial future.
Project Fly teams up with schools and established community organizations, such as Christie Lake Kids, an after-school program for at-risk youth. We deliver workshops on a weekly basis so that we can foster a lasting relationship with our participants. Youth learn to open up a bank account, manage credit debt, and create personal budgets for their transition into adulthood.
After curating these workshops around the youth's personal finances, our team realized that youth can use financial education as not only a money saver, but also a money generator through the power of entrepreneurship.
We've expanded our partnership with Christie Lake Kids and are now providing real-world employment opportunities to the youth in our Project Fly workshops. 4 low-income youth are now working with another one of our Enactus projects, EYEWEAR, a social enterprise that creates eyeglass frames made out of 100% recycled plastic. The youth help us produce our sustainable frames, teaching them valuable technical skills and helping them reach their financial goals.
Our team also provides meaningful employment opportunities to individuals with disabilities. By partnering with Lanark community programs, we've provided sustainable employment for 10 youth with a disability who clean and prepare plastics for recycling.
Our team works with our employees on financial literacy topics such as personal budgeting, managing their paycheck, and creating a savings plan to accomplish goals like buying a car or pursuing post-secondary education. Let's hear what they have to say.
I'm saving up for a Tuesday-based guitar so I can play it in the band.
We like working for I feel independent.
I support Paris and Aaron. I support government.
For Jake, and for example, he knows, okay, this is how much I've earned already, and then he, knows how much his base will cost, so it'll give him an opportunity to budget for that base and know how many more containers will he have to clean and how many more hours will he have to work to earn that. And that's good math skills for him.
And that's not all. Our team is now working with youth at the William E. Hay Youth Detention Center, delivering our workshops and providing much-needed support specifically tailored to young males in the criminal justice system. Through our program, this group of 26 at-risk youth are gaining the skills and knowledge necessary to have a successful future outside of the center.
This year, through Project Fly, we've given over 500 students the financial literacy skills they need to succeed, and turn that into meaningful employment to 16 individuals facing barriers in our community.
Our project bridges the gap between what the youth are learning in class and what they need to be learning to lead a successful, financially stable life.
And this is what can be accomplished when students come together and use their knowledge of sustainable business to create something bigger than all of us.
Through our project, we empowered students like Jake to use entrepreneurial action to improve their financial education and secure vital skills for their professional career.
Our team of 95 students have helped youth explore more,
learn more,
and do more.
This is Project Fly.
And we are Enactus EYEWEAR.
This is Selena. She's an undergraduate student who has been struggling to balance paying off her tuition, managing social and living expenses, and working a part-time job all while attending school. Managing a credit card, investing, and filing taxes are all difficult, and accessing the right resources to do so, even harder.
This story, inspired by one of our clients, focuses on some of the serious challenges students face in Canada.
Often one of the main reasons students in Canada choose to seek out a post-secondary education is to expand their earning potential.
Unfortunately, many students have difficulty along the way due to a lack of awareness and resources.
Like Selena, 76% of millennials today are unable to demonstrate that they can soundly manage money, according to a study out of University of Illinois.
To help students navigate the issue of a lack of financial literacy, we needed to start by understanding what kind of financial literacy issues students were struggling with.
Given the severity of this issue, we came up with Money Mind, a series of financial education workshops geared towards helping newcomers and students become financially independent.
Last year, we worked with the Arab Community Center of Toronto, where we taught newcomers about budgeting and financial planning. After this workshop, we received feedback from a student who expressed the need for the same type of materials to be provided in a university setting. As a result, we partnered with two different banks on campus, RBC and Alternative Savings, and an accounting firm, Ernst & Young, who better understood and were better suited to answer and advise questions relating to the financial matters of students. Based on our post-workshop surveys and feedback on discussions with workshop attendees, we chose to center our workshops on three main financial education topics: credit cards and banking, investments, and tax planning.
Credit cards and banking basics.
We partnered with Alterna Savings in order to help students brush up on the basics of owning a savings account, the types of credit, and how to maintain an optimal credit score.
Investments essentials.
We hosted a workshop in partnership with financial planners from RBC with the goals of discussing long-term investments, mutual funds, RRSPs, and TFSAs.
Personal income tax fundamentals.
We plan to team up with tax accountants from Ernst & Young in order to discuss how individuals can file their taxes properly and to provide the opportunity for students with small businesses to learn more about corporate tax.
The projects workshop provided the opportunity for students to hear firsthand from industry professionals on the financial issues which concern them most, enabling them to make smarter financial decisions.
Over the course of 2 years, our number of attendees have doubled, increasing from an average of 15 to 30 participants per workshop.
After our first workshop, 86% of all attendees agreed that they felt more knowledgeable about types of credit, credit scores, and the banking process overall.
We saw a significant impact from our second workshop as well.
70% of students felt more familiar with the idea of diversification and mutual fund investments, and 80% of students felt more knowledgeable on RRSPs and TFSAs.
Take Steven, an international student from Myanmar who is currently studying engineering, just one of the success stories coming out of Money Mind.
To provide some context, I thought they teach us a lot about the theoretical aspects of how the economy works and all, but they never really go into how to actually participate in it. Money Mind, luckily, gave me the opportunity to better understand how to get a start in investing in stocks and bonds, as well as providing me a platform to boost my financial literacy skills overall.
Thanks to our partnership with RBC, Money Mind's workshop enabled Stephen to better understand how to invest.
Money Mind has already had a strong start in Toronto, and we're not stopping here.
To ensure the sustainability of Money Mind, we plan to work with our partners to develop a digital workshop series with a focus on financial inclusion. This will help individuals that face societal barriers to navigate the financial system. These will be sold at an affordable rate to nonprofit organizations, with the funds being invested back into the program. Limited funding shouldn't stand in the way of financial literacy education.
Money Mind is about bridging societal gap in financial education opportunities, but it's also so much more than that.
It's about empowering students like Selena with newfound knowledge in their credit card management and their investment and tax decisions.
It's about helping newcomers become self-determined and confident in their everyday lives.
It's about enabling individuals to take control of their own stories in a world full of knowledge.
Money Mind is about creating a world full of opportunities.
This is James. He was excited to buy his new laptop for college. He put it on his credit card and made sure to pay the minimum as advised. A year later, he was shocked to learn that his debt had more than doubled, and now he doesn't know how he will pay back that balance. He was also taking a course about finance, but it only talked about balance sheets, income statements, and nothing about managing personal finances. Well, we have realized that James is not alone in this. According to Stat Canada, 49% of Canadian students have debt at graduation.
Research shows that money is one of the biggest stresses for students today. 48% of Canadians reported losing sleep because of financial stress, and if this goes unchecked, it could lead to serious health conditions such as anxiety, sleep problem, depression, and high blood pressure. Newcomers to Canada also face financial stressors. Between 2010 and 2018, Canada saw a 154% increase in international students. Those students, just like James, have a lot of stress emanating from financial worries. Credit rating, credit history, T220 tax forms are some of the financial terms that are new to them.
Knowing this, at Enactus Fleming College, we decided to conduct a needs assessment. We discovered that many students feel they lack the knowledge and skills in dealing with their personal finances. Research shows that this worry also goes beyond graduation. 77% of Canadian graduates under the age of 40 have some regrets about the money that they spent during their post-secondary education.
The solution that Enactus Fleming College brings to this is to empower the students to find a path towards financial freedom. We highlight the importance of a balanced life by giving them the key to success and happiness through Keys to Me. Keys to Me is a series of workshops for students by the community experts with the objective of empowering them to take control of their lives. Focusing on Sustainable Development Goal number 4, Quality Education, our financial freedom workshops go beyond classroom learning. These workshops coach students how to analyze their income and expenses, how to pay off debts, file taxes, improve credit rating, build an emergency fund, focus on savings and investment.
Unlike other financial literacy workshops and YouTube videos, our workshops take a holistic approach. We focus on building emotional intelligence and life skills so that the participants become more emotionally aware and proactively be able to control their own lives through adopting habits of effectiveness and balance.
Our workshops also take a practical approach where the participants analyze their own income, priority, and spending and develop an action plan that fits their life to improve their financial well-being. We then follow up with them in a subsequent session where experts review with them their progress and help them adapt their plan as per their needs.
But it takes more than financial workshops to achieve financial and emotional stability. We also run workshops on career building, stress management, emotional intelligence, and entrepreneurship. So far, Keys to Me has conducted over 16 workshops impacting over 300 students.
We have been able to draw on the knowledge of financial experts through partnerships with Kawartha Credit Union, Fleming College's Career Services, and School of Business, but we are just getting started.
To achieve financial sustainability of the project, we will be partnering with banks and financial institutions for sponsorships and collaboration, who are keen on attracting students as future clients and investors at an early stage. Additionally, a survey with students also shows that they are willing to pay a nominal participation fee to develop their financial knowledge, skills, and habits. In this year, we are targeting to conduct 12 workshops impacting over 250 students.
Recently, we established a new partnership with the New Canadian Centre. With the help of our experts and partners, we're developing workshops for women entrepreneurs, thus focusing on Sustainable Development Goal number 10.2, Reduced Inequalities. These workshops will empower these women while helping them to integrate into their newly adopted community in Canada.
In this project, we believe that financial success is not a destination, it is a journey.
At Enactus Fleming College, we are helping students to get started on this journey and unlocking the door of happiness and freedom to Keys to Me. Thank you.